recording on the website Cast.
I see 3 recording, 4 recording, 5 recording, 6
That's
recording.
perfect. Great. You don't have to do anything. That's what I'm trying to develop a podcasting system where everyone, except for me, has to do nothing at all. And if I can figure out a way where you don't even have to talk or think, I will have perfected my system.
Oh yeah, no. I can just insert a USB into my skull, Cronenberg style, and then just hand you my feed. I mean, that'd be ideal.
I mean, that would be perfect, right? If I could Minority Report style, just get 3 wet, bald people to send me a little sphere containing what you're going to say would be ideal, and then I punch that into one, that TikTok voice where it's like, yes.
Oh yeah.
I am going to kill the president.
But it's talking like, no, but what I think about Community is that it was an underrated show.
It should not have been cancelled, but it is okay. It was saved by Yahoo Screen.
We got 6 seasons. Where's the movie?
Where's the movie? Come on, Netflix. It would save your platform if you made the Community movie. I think it's a good plan.
No, algorithms got Netflix into this mess. They are not getting them out of it.
I don't. Community's not an algorithm. Community defies.
No. Netflix's problems.
Yes, exactly. No, Netflix has backed itself into its corner. Justin, now, we were supposed to have a couple hosts, but Jace is busy with off-Broadway business, and Daddy Host is on vacation. Daddy Host is like, I can pop in for a minute, and I said, how dare you? Do not interrupt your vacation to do this podcast. But I have to ask you, Justin, because it's just you and me, and we share several common interests. Is the One Piece show what's going to kill Netflix dead?
I hope so.
Is the expense of attempting a One Piece live-action show, the hubris to attempt a One Piece live-action show, even among the many terrible live-action anime adaptations, your Death Notes, I feel like there was a Full Metal Alchemist one that people watched.
Oh, there was. It went nowhere.
There was another one recently, but I can't even fucking remember what it is.
Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, of course, it was fucking Cowboy.
The thing everyone has immediately wiped from their memories.
Yeah, isn't peak TV great where there's 1,000 television shows and nobody knows what they are?
In the same manner of peak cinema being everyone's hot, nobody's horny. Peak TV is everyone's watching and nobody's entertained.
And no one's entertained, and everyone's watching, but nobody's watching the same thing, so every show has, one viewer. Yeah. It's peak TV is so fucked up that, there's a show right now with Julia Roberts and Sean Penn, and you didn't know that.
I didn't!
I had to tell you. And I know about it, and Little Murder's gun to my head, I would never be able to tell you what it's called. I would never be able to tell you what it's called. And I understand that, it's been a while since those two were, incredibly relevant movie stars, but it wasn't that long ago, and the fact that they are just, on TV right now, on a show that no one's heard of, is baffling.
The Sean Penn, I can accept that. The Julia Roberts is a lot harder to stomach.
That's
because
baffling.
She is
she was Miss Movie Star. She
is an institutional treasure. Cinema.
Yeah, if you asked me to name a movie star, the name that comes to my mind is Julia Roberts, right? Because she could sell any movie on charisma alone. She never did television. She was, I feel, very selective in her movies. Not that they were always great, but, they were always...
did you say Julia Roberts? Because I swear I thought you said Julia Andrews, which had baffled me even further.
I said Julia Roberts. Julia Andrews would have also been wild. Would have also been nuts.
That would be why is Grandma on television? Who put Grandma in front of the TV?
Grandma... Julia Andrews, you have Aquaman money. Why are you here?
Yeah.
But, no, Julia Roberts.
Oh, that's still fucked up, though.
It's still fucked up. And again, not every movie she ever made was great, but they always felt very particular. They always felt very selected. They felt curated.
Yes.
In a way
she had
that
a
you
good
want.
Manager.
Yeah, in a way that you want a movie star to do. You know, the closest she ever came to slumming it was like Ocean's 11 and 12, which is not my definition of slumming it.
No, that's not slumming.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That's having a nice time with your friends.
Exactly. Working with the director who, like, just got you an Oscar, you know, like, and he's like, come in and be the hot lady in the Ocean's franchise. And she said, okay.
That's like the summer camp of filmmaking.
Right.
Like,
it's just a bunch of fellas hanging out. They're making a little movie in Vegas, and then they're making a little movie in Europe, and then they're making a little movie in Vegas again.
Yeah.
I love those movies dearly. All of them.
Oh, yeah.
And she is sadly absent from Ocean's 13. I do not know why. But yeah, it's scant. Also, you have to, like, do some really careful arithmetic to get the heist crew in that movie to 13. You have to, like, okay, does Eddie Izzard count? Is that, like, the 13?
Is he the 13th?
You have to do some real fucking Hollywood accounting to get that to 13. You're like, okay, the Night Fox, that can't count. And Andy Garcia counts, but he's replacing Julia, so that's only 12. So yeah, I guess Eddie Izzard? Whatever. And,
I feel like you've kind of lost the premise of your own movie if the audience struggles to count to 13.
I mean, the actual number is, like, so unimportant, right? It's like, well, it's 11, it's 12. It does have to be 13. That does have to be what the next one is called.
Are we getting our Ocean's 9?
No way. That movie made no money. It is not beloved. No, Ocean's 9 is not happening, my friend. I'm so sorry.
Bad.
That was fine. It's the fourth best Ocean's movie out of 5. It's better than the Sinatra one. Yeah, I'll fucking skunk that blue-eyed fool. I'll fucking take that guy to task. I don't give a shit. Your movies are boring. Every single one of them.
Frank Sinatra, you're canceled.
Yeah, canceled. You been blasted. Welcome back to the Blastcast, where we fucking blast. We put you on blast. And today we're going Frank Sinatra. Fucking, I'll put you on blast. You work for the mafia. I'll put you on blast. You're canceled.
You called Sammy Davis Jr. a what? Oh, you're in the sights. Mask off. Frankie takes the mask off.
Welcome back to the Blastcast, where I'm fucking blowing Frank Sinatra away. And I'm taking them all down. Frank Sinatra Jr., Nancy, they're all fucking going down. I'd serve no quarter to the Sinatra family. Yes, I do think it is my current prediction that the One Piece show, which again is an impossible task to take One Piece and adapt it into a live action. You would need...
Well, I would argue otherwise, because the Universal Studios stage shows have been wildly successful.
That's completely different. You're in a the rules at theme parks are so different.
That's
the rules
true.
At, like, what qualifies as staged entertainment at a theme park is so wildly different than what it would count. Yeah, if they were making One Piece,
show has its own reality.
Yes, Waterworld the Stunt Show is its own reality. And if they were making One Piece the ride, okay, interesting. Now we're talking. That could be something. But One Piece the live action series? Absolutely. There is literally, in the history of visual media, 2 people who I think could make a decent One Piece series. Their names are Lana Wachowski and Lily Wachowski.
Yes,
if they are not involved, train wreck. I cannot imagine this thing being the tone control, the mastery over visual effects that is required.
Visuals, the pacing. Which is easily Netflix's biggest weakness.
Yes.
Like have you seen the what was it, like the Pentad or like the Pentatart?
The Pentaverite?
Yeah,
the new Mike Myers show. No, it is. It's haunting me on, like, the PlayStation 4 home menu, but I'm like, I can't click on this. I am not, I'm now an episode behind on Barry. I'm 2 episodes behind on Atlanta. I have 2 episodes of Russian Doll Season 2. I cannot click on the Pentaverite and read the words from that grim book that will welcome the evil into my living room. I can't deal with the Pentaverite right now. But you're saying it has pacing issues, shockingly?
Oh, yeah. What if Austin Powers...
Okay.
was like the director's cut.
Where they are no longer lean, mean 90-minute machines. I don't have those run times off the top of my head.
It's Austin Powers with all the fat uncut.
Oh boy, one of those weird cuts you see like on TV where they like put all the deleted scenes back in, so that it can fill like a 2-hour runtime.
It's one of those like fan edits where they put in all the deleted scenes.
Yeah. All right, Austin Powers 1, a tight 91 minutes. The Spy Who Shagged Me, a tight 95 minutes. Where is Goldmember? I just want an easy clickable link. Goldmember, a tight 95 minutes. And I think anything beyond, and I bet if I pulled up the Wayne's World run times, they would be similar. That is sort of the golden amount of time that Mike Myers' shtick is charming and beautiful and funny before it would become, I have to imagine, insufferable. Wayne's World 1, and remember, 90 minutes.
This is Mike Myers in 8 different roles.
He's Nutty Professor-ing, of course. Yeah, both Wayne's Worlds are exactly 95 minutes. How? Okay, that is actually astounding that out of those 5 movies that we just listed from Mike Myers' 2 primary non-Shrek franchises,
none of them are over 100.
4 of them are exactly 95 minutes. That is, he has found a sign. You know when you hear about like pop music producers who are like, we found the mathematical code to make good pop songs, and they have exactly this amount of lyrics, they have exactly this amount of chorus, they have a bridge that is exactly this length. Mike Myers has
and don't forget the millennial yop or whatever that
what
sound is.
What?
Oh, the ooh,
yes.
Like that sound.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mike Myers found that for dazzling character comedies, and unfortunately, but how long is The Love Guru? If
the first episode of the Pentaveret is 31 minutes.
No, that's too long.
Then they go 29, 26, 23, 21, 29.
You need to get the Pentaveret down to at least a NBC broadcast 21 and a half minutes. But honestly, if we're being truthful with ourselves, you need to get that down to the Adult Swim 11. Yeah. You need to get the Pentaveret down to the length of a Joe Pera Talks With You. Love Guru 87 minutes. So they have to be just over 90 is the golden ratio of Mike.
Yeah, that is. They also can't be wholly sincere about how to process grief.
No. What? No. What?
Yeah, no, Love Guru was partly him dealing with the loss of his father.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Right, because he got super into Deepak Chopra in the wake of his father's death, and then so he made The Love Guru as a love letter to Deepak Chopra, even though, like, if I were Deepak Chopra, I would be like, that's what you got from me, is The Love Guru? That's what you got? That's what you have? Fuck.
Really? We got Ben Kingsley for this?
If I remember correctly, as Guru Tuggan Maipuda, if I remember the name of Ben Kingsley's character correctly.
We got a white guy named Ben for this?
We got a white guy named Dave? Is Ben Kingsley part Indian?
I don't think so. I think he's just Scottish.
I think he's just Scottish? So Gandhi is like one of history's great hate crimes?
No, I don't know. It's a good movie.
Oh, okay. I've never seen it. It's very long.
Oh, never mind. He is,
Okay.
Oh, he is Indian. Excuse me.
Okay. It's not for me to say whether or not anything is appropriate, but I'm glad that he is at least.
That's fine. We can cut this.
No. It's staying the fuck. No, it's all staying in. It's all gold, Justin.
I'm being asked to be put on a podcast with Frank Sinatra. Only this can go well.
You know, Dean Martin once hosted a roast of Frank Sinatra where Peter Falk did it in character as Lieutenant Frank Columbo.
Oh, that's cute.
Just like, that's how big... I'm sorry, but just like, my co-host would never care about anything like this. That's how big Columbo was.
No. Columbo is so big. His kid is in Lupin the Third.
Yes, exactly.
The anime thief show.
He has a legacy character in the Lupin universe. There is a statue of him in Budapest in character. In the Wim Wenders film Wings of Desire, they needed someone who is, and I'm paraphrasing, like, immediately recognizable and beloved. And so they chose Peter Falk to play an actual, like, former angel as Peter Falk.
Yeah. They're like, the kids are like, is that Columbo?
Yeah, and Peter Falk is a former angel, and that is the casting of Peter Falk in that movie. Is you need someone who is both a celebrity and immediately believable as someone who is an angel from heaven. Peter Falk?
He beat the Manson family.
That's right, and I believe if you follow that series of books, he also solved what was going on that grassy knoll.
Yeah, he solved the Kennedy assassination.
He did. I believe there is another book in that same author's same library.
But if only we could bust a 95-year-old Columbo out of retirement to solve 9/11.
To solve January 6th. To solve the incident.
Yeah, to solve... He's like 105. He's like... He's in like a fully automated wheelchair.
Yeah,
and he's got like the Stephen Hawking speak computer.
No, we need like Robo Columbo. We need to import Columbo's brain into a robot so he can live up and be like, just one more question.
No, that's Columbo in the 32nd century.
Yeah, Columbo. Columbobot. Columbobot. But actually, Kennedy is a good segue into the topic for this episode. So, This is, of course, Advanced Media Studies, a podcast where we aim to talk about every piece of pop culture ever created 1 week at a time. You find us now in our intermission as we have finished Mythic Quest, and we are about to begin reading the entire Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy series of books, but it was my turn to choose a movie, and so you will soon hear a conversation about the film Little Murders. I am one of your hosts, TV's Kevin Lanigan, but you will soon know me as the leader at a local religious institution called First Existential.
And I'm Justin Germeroth, and I got shot on Southampton and Amsterdam Street.
Amazing.
I had a great future in electronics.
Yes, perfect. Friend of the show, Movies for Babies' own Justin Germeroth, who you've heard on this feed a number of times up to this point, is joining me now in what turned out to be it's a solo bolo. It's just the two of us. We're just going to chat about a little film. Yeah, I know you have to listen to me gab on yet again. Poor you. But yes, we are here to discuss a movie that is very difficult to find. It's one of those 70s movies that is caught up in some horrible legal rigmarole where it's owned by some fucking pharmaceutical company like the Heartbreak Kid or the Stepford Wives. So it is very difficult to find legally. Of course, YouTube does have a copy that you can watch anytime.
In glittering 360.
Oh, yeah, 360p on YouTube. The copy that I sent to Justin, I think, is a beautiful 720, but there's some compression.
I forgot to download it, and I'm sorry.
Whoops, that's fine. I don't care. You watch the version on YouTube, and it gets the job done. Like, you're missing some of Gordon Willis's beautiful cinematography, but
yes.
There was a Blu-ray release of this movie a few years ago, but it is region locked and will not play on United States.
Where was it released?
It was a European release.
Oh.
Well,
they have good taste, so that's...
Can't remember what company. I want to say, like Arrow, probably.
Yeah.
If it wasn't Shout, it was Arrow. But come on, Criterion. This would kill. Come on, Criterion.
Oh my god. Get Alan and Elliot just give them a scotch each and put a microphone in front of them. And
100%.
I just listen to that. I don't even care about the movie. I just
that's
want
a
to hear
great 30-minute convo. Yeah, just let them fucking go. Like the special features on Woman Under the Influence, where they're like Peter Falk, Gina Rowlands. Just have a chat. Just have a chat about this movie and about your your beloved buddy John Cassavetes.
Oh my God, yes, please.
That's what I want. And so let's make it happen. Justin, I am, I'm putting this flag down now. If I ever attain any amount of commercial media success and have money to blow, I'm going to be the person that finally gets, like, the Heartbreak Kid out from underneath that pharmaceutical company's thumb. I'm going to buy it.
We'll take them to court. We'll wrestle it out of their grip.
We will wrestle it from their grubby hands, because Lord knows how long it's going to take films from 1972 to enter the public domain, even though they should be coming up this year. But of course they are not, because we are only in the early 20s as far as copyright law is concerned. But yeah, we're going to wrestle that out. I'm going to wrestle this film out. I'm going to get Stepford Wives out. That is my, like, personal little pet project if I ever attain any amount of legal success, is I'm going to find...
You and I have discussed this personally, but we do need to establish some kind of media jubilee to liberate art from dead-end copyrights.
From dead-end copyright hands who will serve nothing. U.S. copyright law is not built in such a way to benefit the artists. It only benefits the corporations that own these various products. It's useless the way that we've constructed it. And it does nothing to actually serve the art or the artists. So what the fuck is it for, if not for that? So we need to fucking wrestle those, just so many, like, lost films. And there's great, the Internet Archive and various websites are keeping track of lost movies. And they're doing an honest-to-God, like, beautiful service of doing this. Maintaining these and... you have stuff like Marty Scorsese's Film Foundation that is making this a part of their mission and retaining these lost films and restoring these old prints of, like, old film movies that, like, so much of, like, cinema history, if it's not outright lost, is in such, like, terrible shape due to corporate negligence. That these projects were not making them actively millions and millions of dollars, so they just let, film prints go to waste.
If not outright recycle them.
If not outright recycle them and tape over them, right? Like, there's so much of, like, just as an example, like, early Doctor Who that just, like, doesn't exist anymore because, like, they taped over it.
Because, who, no one was fucking watching that. Why would anyone watch that?
Why would everyone...
It was a show made for $5.
Yeah,
now in, like, current currency.
Yes, exactly. And it, like, the idea of, like, the past of film and television being at all valuable is very new. And I don't think, like, people really understand that, is that, like, so much, like, of film and television history is outright lost because it was not seen as valuable. These acts of preservation were not seen as worthwhile. And that's sad. So we need to do everything we can to preserve movies like the 1971 film Little Murders. Alan Arkin's. Little Moitas. Alan Arkin's directorial debut, who our listeners might know. I feel like people of our generation would be like, oh, the old guy from Little Miss Sunshine?
Yeah. Cool heroin grandpa.
The guy who says, Argo, fuck yourself, in the film Argo? Is
the
like...
old doorman in the Muppet movie, but, like, the new one.
Yeah, but, like, the new one. But Alan Arkin, a great actor, and his comedic persona was obviously not always, like, I'm the oldest, grumpiest man, because you get films like The In-Laws, where he co-stars opposite the aforementioned Peter Falk, where he's
Catch-22.
Or Catch-22, where he plays fucking Yossarian. And Catch-22, I was actually going to bring up in relation to this film. And the reason I selected this movie, and this might maybe sound like a fucking serial killer, is that, like, I watched...
So does everyone in this movie, so don't worry.
That's fair, right? So, like, I watched a lot of movies in pandemic lockdown. Watched a lot of TV. Played a lot of games. Read a lot of comics. Read a lot of books. Nothing better resonated with me as, like, this is what COVID brain feels. This is what the world feels like right now. It's a bunch of insane people. You are always moments away from some weirdo just explaining their entire life and ideology to you, and an ideology that is completely insane, that makes no sense. Like, it's like this is how it feels. The world is insane. Structures don't care about us.
No.
The institutions that are supposed to protect us are indifferent at best as to whether or not we survive. And this just, despite being made in 1971, I'm like, this is the best movie we ever made about contemporary America.
It is. What is so infuriating is is watching this movie and thinking, oh, am I terminally online, or is this just describing life on the internet? Like,
yes.
Just everyone is alone. People are committing the worst atrocities just ambiently around you.
Right. Like when I chose
work
this movie,
drives you insane and dehumanizes you and makes you dehumanize everyone around you
to an incredible degree.
And the only signs of like permissiveness and of like tolerance and acceptance are to justify your worst impulses.
Yes.
And the most antisocial, alienating behavior.
Yes. And when I started booking this episode, like the horrible recent atrocity in Buffalo had obviously not occurred, because that was just a couple days ago as of the recording of this episode. But also, like, what time in America is a good time to talk about a movie that features gun violence? There is no good time. As soon as we came out of like hardcore pandemic lockdown, the shooting started again. Like it's like clockwork. Every time we come out, it starts up over again.
Nature is healing,
right? And this film is written by Jules Feiffer, a famed cartoonist. He's adapting his own play, and when he talked about like, this movie is not really like the Little Murders is not about like how cities are violent. It's about the violence and rot and danger at the core of America.
Yeah. The play was written in 1964, explicitly in reaction to the Kennedy assassination.
To Kennedy, I was like, wait, what happened one year before that might motivate someone?
Not appreciate how fucking insane that is.
I mean, truly.
To not only hear on radio, hey, the president has been shot, and no one really knows why, but also the guy who did kill him is then murked on live TV, on the news. People saw Jack Ruby kill Lee Harvey Oswald. And no one can still figure out why. Over 50 years later, no one can still figure out the fuck why it happened.
Yeah. And it's hard to contextualize at this point, but like Martin Luther King died in a very short span of time.
Malcolm X. Like fucking all this shit started happen. The hippies started really, Little Murders needed the near decade passing between 1964 and 1971 to happen.
Yeah.
To, unfortunately, really let the optimism drain away. And really just kind of show the horrors of the new American empire really kind of come home. And, it's like a good gumbo. Everything's got to settle. Everything's got to dissolve. And you got to get your new flavors coming up. Hippies aren't doing CIA acid anymore. They're doing bathtub speed. They're buying from bikers. All the beatniks are pederasts now. Like, any potentially cool countercultural figure was either killed, gave up, or just started working for the feds. So,
and to quote, Patsy, our female lead, like early on in this movie, like when she says, like, "Are you really down on people, or are you just being trendy?" It's like it was such a nihilistic, cynical time. This is right on the cusp of the New York New Wave cinema, which is like after Hollywood essentially collapsed in the late 60s, starting in like 67. All these scrappy New York weirdos, were running around with all these fancy film credits, and like we were advancing technology, and the Steadicam is getting invented, and it's this beautiful time in creativity. You know, in the 70s.
They're also reaping the first early benefits of 20th century globalism with the first real advents and accessibility of world cinema. They're seeing the French and Japanese and Italian and Soviet films.
Right, they're seeing Breathless, and they're like, shit, this rules. Shit, Breathless is great.
Wait, you can do that?
Oh, fuck, you can do that? And it's great. So it's all these different elements. This is 1 year after MASH, which is like an era-defining movie starring Donald Sutherland and Elliot Gould as Trapper John and Hawkeye Pierce, not respectively, in the opposite order in which I listed them. And that is a landmark movie that kicks off Robert Altman's legendary 70s run, which is like one of the greatest decades a filmmaker will ever have, not only creatively but financially, and he is a decade-defining director who directs like 15 movies in 10 years or something insane, and they're different, and they're interesting, and they're unique, and they're beautiful, and it also kickstarts like Elliot Gould and Donald Sutherland as movie stars and sex objects 1 year before this movie.
Finally, just hulking like Frankensteinian men, like 8 feet tall, like a full meter wide.
Yeah, and they're so hot. Like, I don't know. Like, I can't. Elliot Gould in the 70s is like about as hot as a guy has ever been.
Oh, yeah. Well,
if you've ever seen The Long Goodbye.
I do think why a lot of people do fixate on the 70s is because it was a time period where people figured out how to present ordinary people as extremely hot.
Yeah.
Like Elliot Gould is extremely hot, but he's not like...
He's not Paul
blockbuster
Newman.
Hot.
Yeah, exactly. He's not Paul Newman. He's not Redford. But like in the 70s, we figured out how to make him the hottest man on the planet.
Nor is he like really. If anything, like Bruce Willis was kind of a throwback to 70s hot.
Yeah, that's interesting. No, I understand that. And he's like, but like Bruce Willis, even at his hottest, was like he was balding.
He had a light paunch. Like he was. It fit like the 70s figured out how to make just ordinary people hot.
And we need to find that again.
And we really need to bring that back.
I agree. We need to find that again. And the 70s, like one of the worst decades for humanity, maybe the greatest decade ever for art, for music, for film, for literature. Like it's all over the place. But anyway, going back to, you mentioned before, Catch-22. Catch-22 is the closest to this I've felt as like, this is an accurate feeling of like, the world feels insane. Well, it is full of insane people who believe insane things and want to tell you the insane things that they believe. That's why I've read that book like 3 or 4 times. I adore it. Again, for all the horrible violence that is executed within its pages.
What I think it does, what Catch-22 and MASH both do extremely well, and also Slaughterhouse-Five, as referenced, since the movie does reference Vonnegut. It's all That's true. Kids are into these days. Probably my favorite scene in that whole movie is the parents.
It's a great scene.
But anyway, all those movies exemplify war doesn't make sense and just kind of drives you crazy.
Like this is fucking Vietnam.
War only works in a galaxy-brained perspective. Where you're like, oh, okay, we're seeing borders, and in 5 years our economies will link up that we will have a 10% financial increase. Like, that's how war actually makes sense. But when you're on the ground watching everyone you've spent at least 3 months with die horribly or come back horribly injured...
For reasons that you'll never understand, for a war that, like, will never be fully articulated to you.
No, all 3 works are about the growth of the American empire. Like they're just all kind of about that. From its nascent birth in World War II to it for kind of coming into itself in Korea before really we started letting the technocrats and like computer nerds have their say with McNamara in Vietnam when we let numbers wage war, and that's when things actually started going crazy because people weren't waging the war, computers were.
Yep. it's banana. And honestly, Justin, the only other thing that I would lump on this pile of things that give me this feeling is our beloved Rude Tales of Magic, where like Inspector Practice is a Branson Reese NPC name. Inspector Practice.
That is a long and glorious history in American literature of just insane people names. Like, I mean, like Branson Reese, I guarantee you, he's read his pension.
Oh, guaranteed.
Where characters are named Oedipal Mass.
Right, yeah, of course.
Or, his Robert Anton Wilson, like, all that stuff. Or fucking Jurgen.
Bigfoot Bjornsson
Robert Campbell is
a
an
fucking
old
Branson Reese name, yeah.
Yeah. But but ultimately it's to understand that is a surrealism, is a strangeness that nothing you're doing is nothing makes sense. There is no logic. Yes. The systems that you have been acclimated to understand are working aren't. That's what I think is so interesting, that Alfred's parents are like hip surrealists. They're like they're beatniks. They know they know their psychoanalysis, they know like the countercultural writers, they know the surrealists, the Dadaists, all that shit. And they're literally Flanders' parents.
Oh my god, yeah, we've tried nothing and we're all out of ideas with our son. I kind of do want to tackle this movie in essentially chronological order.
Sure.
People might be asking, what is the plot of this movie? To which I ask, plot? It's sort of it's sort of a series of like 8 monologues or scenes. You know what I mean? Like
the play is tighter.
I believe it. But this is not a film with a lot of fat on it. This is still a pretty lean 108-minute enterprise. But with film, you need to pad it out. You make things a little more cinematic. You add the sequence at the end where like he's taking pictures at the park. You know what I mean? Like they're filmic ads that they have here.
It's about a marriage.
Yeah, yes, it's about a marriage. So we have our 2 leads. We have Alfred and we have Patsy. Alfred is played by, again, the hottest man in the world, Elliot Gould. And Alfred he just wants to take his pictures. I love his monologue scene where, like, the only thing that really brings him joy in life is taking pictures. Mm-hmm. And he hates the praise he gets for his pictures. And to the point where, like, he's like, the only thing that satisfies me, I take pictures of literal shit. Like, I used to take pictures of people, I lost interest in people. I used to take pictures of objects, I lost interest in objects. I take pictures of literal shit. It's all I want to do. I want everyone to leave me alone. I want to take my little pictures of shit, and people won't stop giving him awards for his pictures
He's literally suffering burnout in real time.
Yes.
But the system is so broken, all it can do is support it. It supports the lowest common denominator.
Astounding. And then, of course, we have Patsy, who is the opposite.
She's a gamer.
We would not have the term for another 30, 40 some odd years, but she is a refutation of Manic Pixie Dream Girl-ism. Like, she is, I don't know, a flibberty gibbet. You would describe, she wants nothing more than to, like, find a man and fix him. She has this specific goal of fixing Alfred. And there's her monologue scene, which I think is excellent and so key, is when she's like, I fell in love with the man I was convinced I could turn you into, which... there's so much conversation in contemporary culture about how, like, women in relationships are asked to be not only a partner but a mother, and that is absolutely true, and like the way that we've socialized so many men is absolutely true. I think an underrated sort of evil twin component of it is that, like, the process of dating cis women is someone actively trying to change you into someone very different from who you are.
To me, my read of
in
Patsy
ways that
being
don't matter.
Patsy being a fixer is her main flaw, because she's dated 5 gay men before this that didn't realize they were gay. Like,
right.
Like, she's helped 5 men out of the closet before meeting Alfred. If anything, her need to fix men is pathological rather than let them be the people that they want to be. It's just that with Alfred, the person he wants to be is also pathological and bad for him.
Oh, indeed. And it will ultimately destroy him. Mm-hmm. But as we get more and more into the content of this film, but yes, it is a violent time in New York City when this movie takes place.
The city of New York is what everyone who watches Fox News currently
believes it is. It is people being shot constantly. You cannot exit your home without being attacked by like a gang of children. Mm-hmm. Like you are literally like violently struck when you leave your home. By the way, this film is shot by Gordon Willis, one of the great cinematographers of all time, called various things like the Master of Darkness, the Lord of Shadows, known for mixing light with darkness. He, of course, shot the Godfather films, which are basically the best looking movies you'll ever see in your entire life.
Boy, does he take advantage of this movie, which features as a story element rolling blackouts.
Yes, which is, oh god, everything they do with that is so beautiful. But he also shot Clute, the film with Donald Sutherland and Jane Fonda. I almost said Jane Foster from Marvel Comics. Jane Fonda. And unfortunately, he also shot a lot of Woody Allen movies. But those movies look great. I mean, like, that was before we knew everything about Woody Allen. So unfortunately,
I think it was also before he married his stepdaughter.
Yes, it was pre that. Obviously, in movies like Manhattan, there were signs. But Manhattan's a great looking movie. I will never watch it again, but it's a good looking flick if you want to pirate Manhattan and put it on mute and ignore everything that happens in it. But just look
if you want to watch it in silence, disrespectfully
and be like, I don't condone this, then more power to you, because it looks great. But yes, the film opens where Alfred is being just mobbed by these children, and Patsy exits her home and fends them off, and he just walks away. He just walks off, and she breaks out of the children and is so indignant. It's like, what kind of man are you? Like, you didn't step me out. You didn't help me at all. You just walked away. And he just talks about leaning there and taking it. He's like, when someone's determined to beat you up, there's nothing you can do to defute. You might as well just get beat up.
Which is true. That is a correct assertion of human nature. If someone is just in the mood to do some violence, someone's gonna get it. Yeah. You're just the one with the bad luck.
You're just there. So you might as well just figure out the best way to take it. Mm-hmm. But this somehow, again, Patsy sees this broken man, and this determinism she has to fix a romantic partner drives her to engage in a relationship with this man that is obviously bad for her, that will not end well for anyone. But they begin this courtship, and she says she's falling in love with him, and he doesn't know what love is. As they're riding horses and going swimming.
They're gaming. They're playing golf.
They're
she's a gamer girl. They're playing.
We all want a gamer girl.
They're playing tennis.
We all want a short-haired gamer girl. And at this point, we meet Patsy's family, who is just the most dysfunctional, pathological fucking family you'll ever see.
Fucking good.
With the great Vincent Gardenia as her father. Gardenia, one of the pros, the dad from Moonstruck, of course, Mr. Mushnick from Little Shop of Horrors. Just a guy who's fucking been around. I love Vincent Gardenia, and he's so good in this movie as he's an old-fashioned patriarch, Justin. He likes the way things used to be.
Yeah.
And he'll do anything to return to such times.
But a man who is insecure of the fact that his name is Carol.
He cannot stand that his name is Carol. I love that scene where, like, he can't open the window and then Alfred opens it so easily.
Oh, yeah, just, like, one lift. My favorite little, like, moment is when he's like play wrestling with Patsy, and he realizes he can't get out of her grip.
Yeah,
he's like, oh funny. Shit, she's stronger than me.
Just the most insecure, self-emasculated man in the entire world. He has like a gay son that he hates. His other son was tragically killed in a murder that has yet to be solved.
Although, if anything, their son was also a murderer, because he was a bomber.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, he was a bomb pilot. And in the play, it was Tokyo, then Korea. The movie updates it to Korea, to Japan, but it's equally as fucked up. We Americans have not really reckoned with how fucked up we were in the Korean War.
Yeah, Blowback Season 3 coming soon to
can't
a podcast near you. I'm so fucking excited, dude. Aren't we weird that we're just fucking pumped?
I'm pumped to learn about American imperialism, bro.
But, like, y'all go back and listen to Blowback Seasons 1 and 2. It's one of the best fucking podcasts that has ever been made.
It's
as it covers Cuba and our tussles with Saddam, and it's one of the great podcasts.
A rampant crime just happening with the institutions either ignoring it or abetting it. Wonder what that's relevant to.
Couldn't be me. And of course, we have the mother, Marge, who is one of the few characters in this movie to not receive a character-centric monologue, but she does get the last line of dialogue, and it is profound, as she is so, again, just desperate to be a traditional mother. When she's giving this thing is like, oh, every night for dinner I always say, come and get it.
She treats come and get it like it's an old family tradition that I hope to pass on to my child.
Come and get it. And then I play the little triangle and I say, soups on. Right. It's just, but it obviously it's
when my children would come in to dinner, I would say, meat's back on the menu, boys. And I hope my son tells his son that meat will be back on the menu.
I was once sucking on chili dogs outside the Tasty Freeze, and I hope my daughter will suck on chili dogs outside the Tasty Freeze. And she's so funny, as she just... Again, it's ridiculous. It rings so true to me, though, of growing up in small-town America. I understand this movie is set in New York, but this type of person...
Well, I think she's the country transplant.
I believe so. Or certainly that is how it is played and how I read it, right? Is that, like, she wants to be Ma and Pa fucking Kettle. You know, like, she wants to be like June Cleaver. Yeah, she's from upstate New York. She's from the burbs. She wants to be fucking June Cleaver so bad, but like this is a violent world where a June Cleaver cannot exist, right? Like this world is not hospitable to a June Cleaver.
No. When they have to get like reinforced steel shutters for the windows, she's like, "Oh, but will they go with the like? But what colors do they come in? We don't have a lot of choices, but we have to coordinate." Yeah,
it's so pathological. It fucks me up so much. The scene where Alfred has come over for dinner and she gets out the picture album of their dead son and is like smiling and gleefully bringing him through it. These pictures of her dead son is so fucked.
No. And then she like when it gets just kind of awkward because like Alfred's not really responding, she gets up and goes to the bathroom to cry. Yeah. And we then sit with everyone else just waiting for her to get back.
Yeah, god damn. I mean, listeners, check this movie out. It's a trip.
It's so good.
I'm so glad you liked it. Because I love this movie. I adore it. And not enough people have seen it. But yes, this begins as soon after this, Alfred and Patsy decide to get married. Or really, like, Patsy says, let's get married, and Alfred is sort of indifferent, but agrees to it anyway.
Yeah. It's what she wants.
Yes, it's what she wants, and he's like, that's fine, I don't care, like, I'll get married, whatever works for you, you know, which is, I think it's, you know, an amenable trait to be like, yeah, whatever, I don't really care either way, we'll get married if that works for you. Obviously you want someone who's more passionate about it than that.
Yes,
but
yes. I do love the little detail that, like, that when she goes in to call her parents to tell them the good news, she has to, like, flail through the broken windows of the phone booth.
Of the phone booth.
Everything's broken.
Everything is broken.
Nothing is unscuffed. Nothing's clean.
Every window is shattered. Every pants cuff is dirty. It's just it's a bleak film, and yet a very funny one to me. There's so much of this that I find funny, particularly what we're about to get to when they go to the judge, Judge Stern, and they tell him that they want to get married. But they do not want... Alfred does not want God in the ceremony. Alfred...
Yes, that's like the one line he has.
Yes, you don't want God in the ceremony! Like, and this judge... Listener, when I tell you that the judge, a character that we have not seen previously and will never see again, has like a 6-minute monologue... He does, and it's one of the best things I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's
Lou
so
Jacoby
good.
as the judge. As he, like, it's every old man you've ever met in your entire life where he's like, kids today,
Kevin,
they don't know what work is.
The monologue starts here. And it goes... It ends here.
Oh my god.
It's uninterrupted for nearly like 4 pages.
It's a solid 4 pages of
the
play.
Scene.
Yeah, exactly. It is the scene. And this movie does a hilarious thing where at one point he just walks out of the room and keeps talking. And they're like, what is happening? And like they hear it and they're like trying to find where he went. And he just went to the judge's pulpit and he's still going. And then like we cut back to them and then the courtroom is full. He's just been going and going and going. And he's just like, these 2 hands, these are a working man's hands.
No, he keeps saying, hey, I'm not done. Let me finish. And
I'm not done.
Keeps going.
No one is interrupting him. Eventually Alfred is just like, enough, like you're not gonna marry us. He's like, you sit down. Like he won't let them go. He's talking and he's like, you don't want God in the ceremony?
Yeah.
Where was God
when my father was walking 16 flights of stairs after working 25 hours in the sweatshop and he was too tired to eat.
Strength to eat. And he's just, it's listener, I mean, the scene is isolated on YouTube and I encourage any listener to please watch that scene. If you do not watch the entire movie, watch that scene. It is fucking unbelievable. I'll post 2 minutes and 20 seconds of it on twitter.com, you know, as this episode is going to come out.
My father worked 14 hours a day in a sweatshop on Lower Broadway, number 315. Our first apartment was a 5-flight walk-up, 4.5-room cold water flat, with the bathtub in the kitchen and the toilet down the hall. 142 Hester Street. 3 families used the toilet. An Italian family, a colored family, a Jewish family. 3 families with different faiths. Now, one thing each of those families had in common. They had in common the sacrifices they had to make to get where they were. What they had in common was persecution! Persecution!
It's brilliant. It's beautiful. It's so unbelievably performed. It's so funnily staged.
There's one extremely funny line cut from the monologue from the movie that's in the play. It's when he goes, like, who do they ask for help if not God? Then who? The Great Society, the Department of Welfare, Travelers' Aid. Mind you, I'm a good Democrat. I'm not knocking those things.
Mind you, I am a good Democrat. That's so oh my god, that's so fun.
Just this, like, hard-scrabbled, like, second-generation immigrant, like, who is fully cognizant of how fucking horrible his parents suffered, and is insistent on ensuring everyone else suffers just as much as they did.
Yes, it is everyone you've ever met who is like, I understand you're suffering with student loans and working for no money and building no life, but you need to do it because everyone else did it too.
I mean, in all fairness, student loans and gig work are a sight better than active pogroms in Bucharest.
I'm sorry. That is. I'm sorry. That is better. I'm just saying, it's a person that looks at contemporary society, sees that people are suffering, and says, we should not build a better society where people do not have to suffer this way. I had to suffer, you have to suffer.
It's pointing and saying, but they had it worse.
Right.
And they managed, which is funny, because Patsy has the same fucking attitude.
Yeah.
But she's just manically positive about it, while the judge is manically negative.
One would almost call it toxic positivity, and she has it in spades. And
ooh, so does half the cast.
That's certainly true. Oh my god, Donald Sutherland?
Oh my god, my favorite character.
The other most stunning thing in this movie is so they do find someone who will marry them and keep God out of the ceremony. It appears to be Alfred's friend, the Reverend Dupas, played by Donald Sutherland. Maybe, honestly, my favorite Donald Sutherland performance of all time. This is so good. This is so funny, as he is this, hippie pastor at the church is called First Existential, which, even on a second view, when he said that, got a full cackle out of me, is a church being called First Existential. And how to describe what he does?
Well, what happens is Patsy's dad tries to bribe him into talking about God at the ceremony. That.
By giving him 250 smackers, which in 1971 is that's not unashamed.
Yeah, although it turns out that Patsy's dad, Carol, just bribes everybody.
Yes, he is a briber. He bribes Lieutenant Practice. He bribes everybody. He's a briber.
Yeah, he bribes the police. He bribes absolutely everybody.
Absolutely everybody. He's a briber. And there's this very, very funny sequence before the wedding, as there's these repeated phrases, and Carol's telling everyone that he bribed.
Yeah. He tells a tobacco chief. I paid him 250.
He tells the other guy in the bathroom stall. He tells fucking everybody.
Oh,
it's so good.
And then Alfred's just my parents aren't here. My parents aren't here. My parents aren't here.
God. Yeah, absolutely. Never get married. The Chris Rock film, Why Did I Get Married? And Donald Sutherland is listen, I know you don't want me to put God in the ceremony. He did pay me to keep God out of the ceremony. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take his money and still keep God out of the ceremony. And he gives, again, it's a 7-minute monologue of him walking around the church.
But there's the line. Ethical culture told them that they didn't have to have God in the ceremony, but they had to have ethical culture in the ceremony.
Culture.
The whole monologue is basically saying everything's ethical culture. Because ethical culture is all culture.
Yes. As he's
everything is permitted, nothing is forbidden.
Yes, nothing is forbidden. As he goes around, he keeps saying and that's all right, and and they wanted to keep God out of the ceremony, and that's all right, and he's
which isn't even a saying that something is good. It's just that's fine.
I have married 50 couples. 44 of them have gotten divorced, so the odds are not good. I once married a drug addict, and he replaced drugs with marriage. That marriage did not last. It's so fucking funny. Sutherland is fucking killing.
It is
fucking rioting in the street.
Weight of the whole occasion completely null. It is saying what we are doing right now doesn't matter. But it's okay if you want to pretend it matters.
Yeah.
Let me state to you, Alfred, and to you, Patricia, that of the 200 marriages that I have performed, all but 7 have failed. So the odds are not good. We don't like to admit it, especially at the wedding ceremony, but it's in the back of all our minds, isn't it? How long
Will it last? We all think that, don't we? We don't like to bring it out in the open, but we all think that. Well, I say, why not bring it out in the open? Why does one decide to marry? Social pressure? Boredom? Loneliness? Sexual appeasement? Love? I won't put any of these reasons down. Each in its own way is adequate. Each is all right. Last year, I married a musician who wanted to get married in order to stop masturbating. Please don't be startled. I'm not putting him down. That marriage did not work. But the man tried. He is now separated, still masturbating, but he is at peace with himself because he tried society's way. So you see, it was not a mistake. It turned out all right. Now, just last month, I married a novelist to a painter. Everyone at the wedding ceremony was under the influence of an hallucinogenic drug. The drug quickened our mental responses, slowed our physical responses, and the whole ceremony took 2 days to perform. Never have the words had such meaning. Now that marriage should last. Still, if it does not, well, that'll be all right. For don't you see, any step that one takes is useful, is positive, has to be positive because it's a part of life. Even the negation of the previously taken step is positive. That, too, is a part of life. And in this light, and only in this light, should marriage be viewed as a small, single step. If it works, fine. If it fails, fine. Look elsewhere for satisfaction. To more marriages, fine. As many as one wants, fine. To homosexuality, fine. To drug addiction, I will not put it down. Each of these is an answer for somebody.
As this young man who had a talk with me before the ceremony, and he believes himself to be gay, and that's all right.
Which is like, oh, but Kenny is a lot.
Kenny is something. It's a character who appears to show up again in the 2005 film Wedding Crashers. It's essentially an identical character. I don't personally, as a bisexual man, find it offensive because it's just this movie. It's too pathological. You can't glean anything about what is happening. Like, it has no perspective on being gay. He's just as insane as everyone else.
He's just a generic pervert. Like, they introduce him reading pornography in front of his parents.
Right, and like at one point after he's outed after the ceremony and Patsy goes back to her parents' house, she's like, "Yeah, my brother ran off and like took all my dresses." And then he's just back.
Like, he wishes he was a girl just because the life sounds more bearable. Like, not because of any like yearning or it's not because he's attracted to anything. He's just repelled by everything else.
Everything, right? He's repelled by every aspect of society, so why not this? It's a
But also especially the military, because he's been denied active service like 5 times.
Like 5 times. It's so, and he like kind of like brags about it like a
he like gets his hands on a gun at one point and he like mimes shooting himself in the mouth with it. And then he's like, "Did you know the army denied me 4 times? They said if I come for a 5th, they'll have me arrested." He's a genuine little freak.
That is, again, like, that's a Branson Reese character, Justin. Like, I don't, take some of the, like, I caution to even call it homophobia because this movie is phobic of everything.
Well, we also culturally have no longer been tolerant of the harmless sicko.
Yeah,
because the harmless sicko has become deeply harmful in the current climate.
The harmless sicko can buy that gun, and unlike Alfred, he like knows how to load it.
Yes, or the harmless sicko can not only just breathe over the phone, they can find where you live and just show up.
Just be there. Yeah, because there's a guy. We haven't even mentioned this like running aspect of the film. There's this guy who keeps calling.
Oh yeah,
and just like heavily breathing in front of Patsy.
Well, no, he's clearly jerking off doing.
Yeah, of course. It's like it's a classic, or like getting off on the idea of doing it and jerking off later, right?
Right.
And then at the end, or like later in the break into the third act, when like Patsy dies, and he like calls, and he's heavily breathing, and I think it's the mother who says like, "Don't you read the news? Don't you read the papers? Like, you don't have to call here anymore. She's dead." And he calls back. He's like, "God, I'm so sorry."
Is there anything I can do? Everyone's going crazy.
Yeah, it's so nuts out there, and everything's so crazy. That's so, I know, like again, like perverts like that are not funny. That's so funny.
That's like your number one OnlyFans subscriber showing up to your wedding.
Yeah, right. The guy that like keeps buying you like toasters. Yeah, the guy who like furnished your fucking kitchen for you. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so at a certain point around here, after the wedding, Alfred goes to like meet his parents, who he has not seen in forever and ever and ever. One of his parents
like,
has played
since college, and he's
since
like
college.
Well in his like late 30s, early 40s.
Right. That's a little late, but
because Patsy wants him to like answer a questionnaire to identify what exactly is wrong with him.
Right. So he needs to go back to his parents. He needs to record them on tape answering questions about like what he was like as a child. And he goes to his parents, one of which is played by Doris Roberts from Everybody Loves Raymond. Obviously many years before that sitcom, but still. Mm-hmm. And they have no answer for like what he was like. They're like, "Oh, I don't remember."
Well, no. Here's what, like, this is my favorite scene. Like, I love the Donald I think the Donald Sutherland monologue is the best one. This is my favorite scene because
it's a great scene.
This scene is unique to the movie.
Oh wow!
It's not in the play.
It's so like, and
it shows why Alfred, and it gives context to Alfred, who is he's a zombie. He's a man wholly numb to the world.
He's a cipher.
We go see what he's like before we see his parents, who are just as numb. All they seem to care about is what the youth are doing these days. They're wholly disconnected from who he is. And when he asks questions about him, what he was like as a kid, their first couple answers are like are Freudian. They're psychoanalysis.
Yes,
they're
they literally are like
and pathologizing his behavior rather than actually engaging with who he is as a human being.
Right, they're not relating to anyone. It's this thing that happens in like, you know, quote unquote self-purported intellectualist culture where it's like, or like, have you ever had friends who are in therapy and you try and talk to them just about your life and they talk to you in like therapy talk, and I'm like, no, like relate to me as like my friend, as like a person right now. You know what I mean? No. Like they're buried behind these layers of like, oh, let's see what Freud has to say about this. And it's like, just tell me what I was like as a child.
Well, no, just like, it's setting up. It's locking everything away into systems. It's putting a system into how things are. It's erecting an institution like Freudian psychoanalysis or Jung or what was his name? Wilhelm Reich. Or any of those guys, of just like, here's how people are supposed to act, the child, they covet, the feces of the mother, sphincter morality.
Right.
It's saying it's Patsy shit. It's thinking about how people are expected to act, instead of actually looking at who they are and accepting them for what they are and what they do. It's projecting a different self over the real person. But while Patsy looks at it from a manic, toxic positivity, theirs is negative. It's like, it's making everything sound like whatever Alfred was doing was sick and wrong.
Yeah. God.
Which is like, no wonder he fucking doesn't talk to his fucking parents. No wonder he seems to treat everything around him like it's diseased and like dysfunctional, and he wants nothing to do with any of it. No wonder all he wants to look at is shit.
It's literal shit. Yeah, no wonder. It's a really, this movie is so good. I'm so glad that we get to talk about this.
Oh,
this
yeah.
movie that, like, no one has seen. This will be the least listened to episode of the podcast ever, but I'm having a great time, and I get to talk about this piece of art that I adore.
Kevin, you know you can invite me for any of the least listenable episodes. You know that.
Please. You're my boy for that, and I would expect the same in return. If you ever want me to come on OK Stupid and talk about just like the worst piece of shit, you know I'm there for you, bud.
Of course.
Of course, the most obscure. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Just show me the YouTube video in 8 parts where it's split up. Give me the playlist, and I'm rocking and rolling.
Right. Yeah, no. Episode 23, part 1 of 3.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, please show me that. I mean, like, you and I literally like call each other up like a couple times a month and watch trash.
Hey,
whatever.
Hey, no, Stone Cold
was fucking great. Stone Cold and Con Air. We occasionally stumble on some really good shit.
Yes. But enough about our healthy relationship. Back to the
film. Back to the film,
malignant ones.
This is also the most any of these advanced media studies podcasts have ever stuck to the main topic. Like, we are really drilling in on this thing in a way that we do not usually, and this is, again, fascinating to me. I love to see this. This is great. But I feel like the next significant thing that happens is, at this point, Alfred does decide to, like, open himself up, right? He decides to love. He has a great monologue in this.
How he suffers under surveillance, which, boy, I'm sure no one in 2022 can relate to the agony of being watched 24/7.
And it's, again, this is Gordon Willis just, like, showing off in this fucking scene, where he's like, it's like one overhead lamp, like, right in Alfred's face, and, like, we are panning all over. It's a beautiful scene. I wish we could see it in, like, Blu-ray quality above YouTube.
Oh my God.
But it's fucking beautiful. And Alfred gives this monologue about, like, in college he was deemed like a potential threat. They're like, is this guy gonna like shoot up the school?
No, he was under goddamn fucking, again, 1960 again. This movie needed the time it took from the play to the cut to the movie to come into itself, because 1964, they're probably still talking about like Red Scare shit.
Yes, this
like,
is McCarthyism.
like the FBI bugs. They're not getting to the 70s when like COINTELPRO is starting to come out, where like, oh, the FBI was watching MLK, and like, boy,
and
the guy who
to
shot MLK
get him
sure
to
had
kill
a lot
himself.
of fucking friends in the FBI, didn't he?
Yeah, interesting. That's weird. It's weird how they kept calling MLK and making him feel insane and threatening him and trying to get him to kill himself. It's weird how the FBI did that.
Yeah.
And all of that is part of it. And like it gives this long monologue about like the guy who was reading his mail and how he started writing letters to the guy who was reading his mail.
To his
right.
spy.
He tries to connect to the guy who is like reading all of his personal intimate details. And it like it fucks it, like it blows up in everybody's face.
I would love to make a short film of just that monologue of a guy who just starts writing letters to the guy who secretly opens his mail, and
Justin,
his spy comes and like, "Hey, buddy, listen, this is just my job. I don't like it. I'm not supposed to like it. It's just a job. So lay off, man."
Yeah, I'm not doing this out of some malicious end. I'm getting a paycheck to read your mail. We could make that. That would be easy.
No, and then he sends like a letter like, "Hey, no, here's this whole conspiracy against you about how you are getting screwed over." And the guy's just like, "Please stop."
Please stop. I don't care.
And he stops reading his mail after that.
Yeah, never read his mail. Goddamn. What a beautiful monologue. And he decides to open up with Patsy, and he's like, finally, I can accept you like this. I love you. Mm-hmm. And she is immediately murdered in his arms. A bullet comes through the window, and she fucking dies. And he is covered in blood, and he goes back to her parents' house, and they report this murder to the man who's been investigating their son's murder this entire time, Lieutenant Practice, played by director of this film, Alan Arkin, in a bizarre performance. I like it. I think it's funny.
Actually, no, he's played by Daffy Duck.
He is the shakiest man. He is a man who is all raw nerves, literally, emotionally, and also physically. He cannot touch anything. He cannot digest anything. He's so stressed out. He's got this fucking diagonal scar.
Yeah, this fucking face. Dueling scar.
Yeah, he's got this dueling scar across his face. And he's just talking about how everything's murder. Everyone's dying all the time.
No.
We don't have
345 unsolved murders. Now here are the 3 things, and his fingers are number 1, they're unsolved. Number 2, they have nothing to do with anything. They have nothing to do with any of each other. And number 3, they all have to be connected. But he puts up 4 fingers for that. He begs for a glass of milk, and then he keeps forgetting what he asked, and he keeps asking for scotch in it. And he gets his scotch milk with extra ice, opens the steel shuttered window, and as a Mel Brooks gag,
it just gets shot immediately in his hand. I was thinking of Mel Brooks when we were describing this character. I was like, if you took Kenneth Mars's performance in Young Frankenstein and mixed it with Gene Wilder in the original Producers, you have what Alan Arkin is doing here. He has these weird movements. He's the most erotic man you've ever seen in your entire life. He is seconds away from having a heart attack and dying. This is so good.
You are watching a man drown with dry lungs.
Yes, he is a man who is about to sweat himself to death.
Oh my God.
It is, yeah.
And all that he can conclude is that this is a conspiracy to erode faith in police competence. That people that people will stop believing that blue lives matter and that police are in fact good at their jobs.
And that's all he can see. He can't do his job. He can't solve a fucking murder. Mm-hmm. It's a conspiracy against the cops, of course.
Yep. And he can't wait for the mass arrests to start.
As relevant today as it was when it was written. Yeah, absolutely. It's fucking astounding. And yes, after Patsy is murdered, there comes, and this is when Carol fucking loses it. After this talk with Inspector Practice, he's literally every institution is fucking wrecked, and we need to fucking destroy everything, and everyone should be on permanent lockdown. Yeah, he goes full fash.
We have to have full law and order. We have to have surveillance on everything for freedom, because I demand to be free.
Yes. I want to be so free that everyone has to be locked down at all times.
Yeah.
Right? It's he's at a shattering point. Although at this point I am having a difficulty arriving at how we get to the film's final moments. I can't remember the exact order of operation because there's a lot happening in this movie.
It just kind of happens because the next scene is just Alfred wandering the park,
taking pictures filming, of people for the first time.
But then even he loses. No, what happens is we see him lose interest in even taking pictures of shit.
Yeah, even he can't do that.
Has lost his glamour for him.
That is the last thing that has been taken from him. The scene in the park is also it's bananas. I feel like it might be a class commentary of some kind, because he's in Central Park, and there's all these well-to-do white people who are just going about living their lives. They're riding horses in the park, they're having pleasant Sunday strolls, and the world he lives in is one of violence and constant death, and it's an inhospitable world, and these people are doing dressage in the middle of the park. Mm-hmm. It's bananas, and at this point, yeah, you're right. He even loses interest in the one thing that gave him any joy: taking pictures of feces on the ground. And I mean, it's harrowing to describe what happens at the end of this movie, but he acquires a gun, brings it over to the Newquist family household, and they open up the window and they start shooting, and they kill Inspector Practice.
In the play, the shooting happens right after the detective leaves. So, the gun comes out really after Carol's fascist monologue.
Yes.
Where it's explicitly wed up as Practice comes in and basically admits there's nothing we can do. There's someone wants us to be powerless.
Right. This is, of course, a conspiracy against cops.
And then Carol says, like, well, there's nothing left to do. We have to start doing shit ourselves. We have to fight for our freedoms ourselves. And then, like, that's when, like, Kenny opens the box Alfred brought.
Yeah, and it's a gun, right? I mean, you obviously could not do the park scene in a play.
Right. I think it's in the play. It's meant to be like more 1, 2, 3, like just show like everything's getting eroded and just telegraphing how everything's going insane. It's the only rational thing left to do. In the movie, we're at least shown some kind of Alfred's fall from grace, where he just kind of sees everyone's shit.
Yeah, it's what then happens is like deeply upsetting when again like the men of this household just like take a gun and point it out the window and open fire, and again they kill Lieutenant Practice, and I think they like maybe shoot someone else as well, and they're like cheering. And they're like celebrating. It's 3 men who have gone mad. I mean, this is mad.
It's what gets Alfred to open up and feel something.
Sure, yeah, he feels joy for the first time in like the entire film, right? And like, and there's the mother again is one of the few characters who does not get like a character professing monologue, but she has the last line of the picture, and it like says everything. Where after like these 3 men have like murdered a man, and they sit down at the table, and she says, "Oh, it's just so good to hear my family laugh again." It's so
the last line is, for a while I was really worried.
Yeah, Jesus. And it's so bleak, but it's everything that we underlined earlier about her character and this like fawning for this previous age and this perfect June Cleaver lifestyle that again never existed and it will never exist again.
Right.
And that's the film. And then the film just ends.
Yeah. You know what? Everything. The film just concludes. I mean, I guess everything's shit.
And so I in no way do I think the film is condoning the idea of getting out a rifle and firing it out your fucking living room window. That is
no, but it telegraphs how it's a movie that telegraphs how a person can become a mass shooter. Like that's what the movie is.
What kind of society and what kind of culture drives people to do something like this? People who at times are ordinary people, quote unquote, just like regular folks who are not like John Wayne Gacy serial killers or something like that. Like it.
No, well,
what?
It's people like that's actually kind of a funnier, hairier thing is that it's a lot of the sort of the systems that incentivize that,
Yeah.
How far would have John Wayne Gacy gotten if he didn't have the connections in like the Moose Lodge and like his contract and like the popularity of his contracting company?
Yeah.
How well of Jonestown gotten away if it weren't a major part of the California Democrat Party machine?
Right.
And also, no one seems to interrogate that there are CIA tapes of the Jonestown suicides, and no one seems to ask, why is the CIA there?
Why'd you have that? Why'd you have cameras rolling?
How many serial killers of the 70s, which is like the serial killer renaissance, were veterans or had gotten experimental psychiatric care? Would Charles Manson become the man he would have been if he wasn't getting, LSD treatments from the California penitentiary ward?
Yeah, LSD treatments when he was a fucking...
And Scientology.
Orphan child. Right, yeah, exactly. What kind of culture, what kind of society, what kind of systems build people that do this? And, like, and mass shootings were not the problem they are now when this was fucking written. Like, it only, like,
we
exacerbates.
We are also talking from a period of, it's gone up relatively recently, but historically low murder.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, fucking policing got better. Like, it just improved. Such that murder has gone down. Organized, remember, the 60s and 70s when there was still a mafia.
Sure.
An institution that does not exist, but was an integral part of the operations of American society.
That's true.
And that doesn't exist in our lives anymore.
Wow. Yeah.
Like, that kind of violence is just... Well, to kind of circle back to Little Murders is about being on the internet, it's abstracted. Because we're living in the first time in human history that we can send messages to the most important and powerful people in the world and tell them to eat our balls. We can tell them that.
I can at POTUS.
Yeah,
I can at Eric
I
Adams,
can literally tell the president to suck my dick. And it doesn't do anything, but I can do it.
But I can do it for the first time ever. He won't listen. He might not even see it, but I can say it.
It's like there is a layer of depersonalization and alienation in everyday lives that Little Murders captures incredibly well in real life.
Yeah.
That, like, most movies, especially of the current era, just don't.
Yeah, absolutely. And, like, these days, you know, not to be all Carol Noquist about this, but, like, these days what passes for dark comedy is so fucking weak sauce. It's just like, oh, what if you made a joke about a corpse? And it's like, this is fucking nihilistic black comedy.
No,
right?
yeah,
like,
it's... Well, no, you know, it's like World's Best Dad. Like...
Yeah. Right. Right. Or like, you know, and I love this show, but like, it's like certain episodes of BoJack Horseman. You know, like, oh, that's black comedy.
Oh, yeah.
And,
like, oh, Jesus.
Right. But like, but BoJack, even at its most nihilistic, is still like, well, together and through mutual human interaction, you know, we can potentially become better. We can do other things. And like, Little Murders does not reach such a conclusion.
No, it's actual... real dark comedy, real black comedy has no affirmation. There is no happy ending. There is no, you know, there is no Father Dupas who's like...
that's all
where
right.
you could do whatever, and it's all right. Clearly, some things are not all right.
Yes,
but good black comedy basically grabs you by your collar, gets in your face, and asks, what are you gonna fucking do about it?
What are you gonna fucking do about it, punk? What are you gonna do? You're gonna change the government? You're gonna change the military?
What are you gonna do? Shoot me?
Yeah. And Little Murders said, maybe.
Yes.
In a true Bugs Bunny style fashion, said, okay.
It's... Again, Looney Tunes have dark comedy. They just... The only difference between Looney Tunes, cartoons, and dark comedy is dark comedy just shows the blood and the pain. And that's it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, those, like, 30s, 40s Looney Tunes cartoons are some of the most cynical... like pieces of media you'll ever see in your entire life. It is a bleak world that the Looney Tunes occupy, and it was, but allegedly for children. Anyway, that's
it was for children.
It was for children. It was for everybody. But no, you're right. It was cartoons for babies, but very cynical babies that like have a keen eye onto the world.
Well, no, it was for 30s babies who smoked and like drank scotch.
30s babies after they got out of the mine, you know, when they were done with their shift, and they're like, let me catch a double bill with a cartoon in the middle and a newsreel.
Well, I mean, my great-grandpa would smoke cigarettes for his asthma.
I love the past.
Which is a very, 30s.
That's a very 30s solution to that problem. I love that.
You know, he had like a corncob pipe when he was like 8.
Yeah, well, you know, help you breathe better. Have some of this tobacco, kid. It's a miracle that the human race has survived as long as it has.
Just a 9-year-old just going, smooth.
Just fucking chiefing, dude. Oh my god, that's so funny. little baby.
But like, just fucking chomping a cigar like Baby Huey.
Like Baby Huey. A little plastic cigarette holder for a baby so it doesn't like burn its fingertips.
Oh my god. Yeah, see, that's thinking with safety.
Thank you. I'm baby-proofing smoking. I think we need to fucking, again, put the locks on the medicine cabinet and give your baby a plastic cigarette holder.
We need to get rid of vaping. We need to get rid of the cotton candy, the mango jewel. None of that. Go back to good, honest chaw and dip for children.
Yeah. I understand that it is probably better for everyone to vape than to smoke cigarettes, but I say go back to smoking. It was cooler.
Yeah.
It was cooler. You might as well, because we're gonna find out one day that vaping is also fucking miserable for you.
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna turn out. It's gonna find out. Well, I can't wait for us to figure out how bad marijuana is for you.
Oh,
once industrial grade marijuana really kicks off, we're gonna find out. Oh no, the amount of THC we're taking casually is gonna turn us all into schizophrenics.
Yeah, the THC that we're taking casually. Not to mention that smoke is not supposed to get inside your body.
No, it's not supposed.
There's not supposed to be smoke in there.
Edibles are biologically poison.
Yes. Your body is the non-smoking section. You're not supposed to put smoke in there. But about once a week, I do it anyway. All things in moderation, Justin.
All things in moderation.
Just like giving your baby a pipe. Yeah. I'm a moderate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's Little Murders, 1971. You literally cannot pay for this movie, so pirate away. There's a decent 720p copy out there on the internet, and you can just fucking watch it on YouTube. Regular. Mm-hmm. It's just available. No one is taking it down. Why would they?
Crank up that Roku.
Crank up that Roku and fucking blast fucking Little Murders into your skull. It's not a happy film, but it is a funny one. And I find it to be a very valuable piece of art. Again, if other things like this, read Catch-22, one of my favorite books of all time. Read it 3 or 4 times. So that's the second most I've read any book. Great book. Also bleak. Also not fun.
It's so fucking good.
It's so fucking good. I relish that book. I've never read anything else by Joseph Heller. Have you?
I started reading the one that was meant to be his take on Suburbia,
okay.
And then I lost the book.
I have no interest in reading the sequel to Catch-22. I don't want to see the further adventures of Yossarian. I've looked at God Knows, because I'll just read any Job that anybody writes. Mm-hmm. I'll read any Job. I'll watch any Job. See also Serious Man, the Coen Brothers masterpiece. And so that's a good one. Listen to Rude Tales of Magic for just, again, a world gone mad, which was recently described
genuinely the thing that's probably kept me most grounded during the past couple years.
Agree, because when I want to be grounded, I don't want to watch Parks and Recreation. I want to listen to Rude Tales where I'm this feels like how my brain feels. I want cartoons with meat. I want splatter tunes. Yeah, I want cartoons that you hit the guy in the head with a board with a nail in it and he bleeds. That's what I want. I guess I want Happy Tree Friends.
Yes, that was about to say. Go punch up Verve and watch some Happy Tree Friends.
Watch some Happy Tree Friends. God bless from the past. Go check any of that out. Rude Tales, which was recently described on their own Patreon as an evil show for evil people, which I love. I love them all dearly. They make me laugh so much. But Justin, if people enjoyed listening to you talk about Little Murders, where can they find you and listen to you do other things?
Oh, well, you can follow me on Twitter at Squidical Inking. You can also catch me on Movies for Babies on this feed whenever that comes out.
Yeah.
You can catch me on the Puffin Publishing podcast. Still going.
Technically, there's a bloopers episode that. Oh, actually, by the time this episode drops, the bloopers episode will have just come out the day before. So the Puffin Publishing podcast is officially over. Congratulations, we did it.
Yes, we're all doing the congratulations montage.
Yeah.
And then you can also catch me on the hit game show OK Stupid, also where all podcasts are found.
Perfect. I have been on an episode of OK Stupid in its original incarnation, and I had a great time. That's a fun episode.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a mixture. It's just a game show feed. We do a bunch of different game shows. We do OK Stupid, the catfishing quest for love, and then also Who Wants to Be a Chode, the most obtuse trivia game ever devised.
I love that. I need to, so scope it out. OK Stupid, and OK is spelled out.
Yes, OK, A-Y.
A-Y. Stupid. And currently the podcast art is red. So if you see red... which is an uncommon podcast art color. It's very distinctive. It stands out in my RSS feed. Check it out.
If you see red, you'll be dead. With the light, because you're listening to a great podcast.
I'm seeing red, because I'm so mad I didn't listen to this show earlier. Thank you. As always, if you're listening to this on the day that it drops, episode 3 of Crazy X Pod Friends is about to drop tomorrow, Friday the 3rd, as we continue our quest through Crazy X Girlfriend, and you can get episodes of that show 1 week early and support this show, Advanced Media Studies, at patreon.com/tvskevin. For as little as $1 a month, you get some shit. You get some bonus shit. And you get early access to shit, and you help me pay for therapy that I need.
You can listen to Kevin and my actual play, Jive Action Nerds.
Jive Action Nerds. I am uploading the backlog of that 1 episode a week, so you can listen along like the first time.
A hip actual play set in the 1970s.
Hey, relevant to what we're doing here. And that's a great show. Check it out for as little as $1 a month. And if you start giving me enough money, I'll give Justin some money. Don't you want Justin to have money?
That'd be nice.
Don't you want Justin to have money?
Don't you want me to have money?
Please, don't you want Justin to have money?
I have to buy it for a thing in a box.
Yeah, I have to buy money. I have to pay for all this money that I want. And also, my web comic is coming back in what I believe will be a weekly capacity. Patty Plague Doc, Patty Plague Doc on Instagram. And there's a thread on Twitter that I'm sure you can find because I've recently sold several pages of that. And so I guess that's by popular demand, quote unquote. It's coming back.
The people demand more Patty.
The people want Patty, and that's great because that's the only thing I can draw. I can draw one character.
That's all you need.
That's all I need, personally. I should learn how to draw a second character, but that's going to be a while. I could not find as many good, simple shapes as I made for Patty. But also, Patty is a character designed where I do not have to draw limbs. I do not have to draw clothes. I do not have to draw faces. I just need to be that clever again when I'm designing a character. My little cartoon plague doctor. Help me make an animated Patty series. That's a terrible idea.
Kickstarter, coming soon.
Yeah, great, because I know how to make animated shows. You should give me that money, and then I'll run off with it to the Cayman Islands, because I don't know how to make an animated show. Perfect.
Well, we'll just sell Patty Plague Doctor to, like, some Arab Emirates.
Oh, perfect. Great. I'll sell it to those people that make, like, the Bored Apes show.
Oh, no. Well, we'll sell it to the guy who does Garfield/Scoob Eats. We'll do Patty Plague Eats.
Oh, I'd love that. That's great. It's all leech themed.
Leech lasagna.
Leeches. Yeah, there's you can buy our 4 humors risotto, which is 4 colors of risotto. It's even better than risotto tricolore from Big Night. It is in fact 4 colors of risotto.
This pizza is medieval.
Sounds good to me. It sounds like a great show. Give me money, and maybe I'll think about it, or just like read that comic enough that people are like, "Oh, what's this? What's going on here?"
Read enough that it gets on Webtoon.
Yeah, perfect. That's all I need. Not we, because Justin will not be back next week, sadly, unless you want to read the first 4 chapters of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
I
Your
will
call.
literally. Here's like I will do anything, Hitchhiker. You know me. You know me. I will.
That's true.
I will cover the book. I will cover the game. I will cover the. I will cover the comic. I will cover the show, the movie, the radio. I will track down scripts for the play if I have to.
Amazing. Yeah. Let's have you on. You can read these books. Perfect. So we'll be back next week. Justin will be back. I'm booking you.
Cool.
Great. We'll be back next week reading the first 4 chapters of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy for anyone that wants to. Actually, let me grab my book. Let me double check that. Hold on.
Sure. I'm not expecting this part to stay in the cut.
All right, so we're doing about 30 pages a week, which means we're reading each book in like 5 weeks because these are like 5 150-page books.
These are no... I miss when, like, you could publish a book that was, like, under 200 pages.
I miss when you could publish a book that was 4/6 of a radio play. Let's see. Yeah, so we're reading the first 4 chapters of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy as we begin that journey as you voted on, listeners, in our Media Madness 2022. That will take us through most of the rest of the year, except for these little movie interstitials that we are doing between books. So until then, I just need you to know that it's all right. That's all right. The odds are not good.
And that's okay.
And that's okay. So, the odds are not good. That delivery is so funny. I like Donald Sutherland, but I've never laughed at him like I do in this movie.
Oh my god. It's because he's... honestly, for me, it's like the Page Boy haircut. It's like...
The Page Boy haircut is good. The beard is good. It's a good beard.
It is. And he's just got that, like, it's not hammerhead, but he has big eyes that are also kind of far apart. So any expression he makes is just immediately funny.
Yeah. God, this is 1 year after MASH. That's just so, like, after he just, like, blew up and became one of the biggest stars in the world.
Like, this was a step down for him that he was, like, clearly doing for
Well,
friends.
This is like a cameo, right? It's like, oh, Elliot's doing this movie, I'll go do this movie. It's interesting that he does not become an Altman guy. To my recollection, he is not in another Robert Altman movie, which I feel like there has to be a story there, because Altman famously has, like, a company that he uses, like, over and over again. Do you know what I mean?
It must be that. It must. I'm sure there's also, you know, there's agents, there's managers.
Yeah, that's true.
There are middlemen for all of this stuff.
I know, but I do wonder sometimes when a director has, like, that much of a cast of players that they use over and over again. You're Wes Anderson, you're Christopher Nolan. And then they have someone who doesn't show up again. You're like, feel like there's a story here.
Yeah.
Feel like there's something here. Sometimes there isn't. Sometimes there just isn't.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess I'm conspiratorial about that. But it's not like he wasn't fucking busy in the 70s. He did 5 movies in 70, 3 in 71, 3 in 73. So maybe he just literally could not squeeze in, like, McCabe and Mrs. Miller. He just, like, could not make an appearance in Nashville.
Every time he committed to something, Altman came a little too late.
I'm so sorry. I can't be in Nashville. I have to be in Don't Look Now.
I'm so sorry I can't be in Popeye.
Or can't be in Popeye. Popeye, written by the writer of Little Mermaid.
Which is, like, is so fucking funny.
So fucked. That's so weird.
He also did the illustrations for Phantom Tollbooth.
Oh, wow. I thought that comic you sent me looked fucking familiar.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm, like, legitimately obsessed with this guy. Like,
I love it.
I think he's, like, such a weird... Also, like, he's also, like, right? Like, a lot of his old cartoons are, like, still painfully relevant.
Yeah, unfortunately. Oh, I need to watch Ordinary People, starring Donald Sutherland and Mary Tyler Moore and Judd Hirsch. I gotta watch this movie.
Have you not seen it?
No.
Oh my god.
Robert Redford's Best Picture winner in 1980, shutting out what I assume is Popeye.
I watched that twice. I've seen that movie twice. Both in school contexts.
Oh, no, that never came up, despite my famously having gone to film school.
Wait. No, I've seen it 3 times, all for film contexts.
Oh,
one for a, like... It was one of those bullshit, like, Webster, like, interpersonal communication classes.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, the one where the teacher, where, like, the one assigned reading we have is, like, the 4 agreements.
Yeah, it's like, great, thanks.
Yeah, great. We have to keep, like, a weird journal, whatever. But we had to, like, watch that.
6 cool, thanks.
And then, like, I had to watch it for, like, a different communications class. But it was, like, communication through film.
That reminds me, there was
this... And I failed that class because we had to watch 2 movies every week.
That's a lot of movies.
It was. Like, on top of taking, like, regular full-time class load.
Right.
A lot. I just didn't have time for it. And it was an online class that required, like, constant engagement. Messaging other people and that kind of shit.
Commenting on people's posts. No.
Yeah, no.
That reminds me of my, like, there's this 1 to 2 week period at Webster University where I had to watch E.T. the Extraterrestrial in class twice, and I begged for death. I did not. I hate that movie.
The first time I saw Ordinary People was in high school, actually.
Oh, amazing.
As part of our English class. Like, we were reading American literature, and we read the book.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I went to a private school. That kind of academic pressure added a whole different element.
It's bad.
I don't know. You ever have one of those, like English, like, or just one of those class moments where, like, people get, like, too real?
Oh, yes.
And they get, and, like, the classes just kind of turn into confessionals where it's, like, one person talking for, like, 15 minutes uninterrupted.
Yeah, and it was, like, obviously... This, like, it crosses the line from being relevant to the discussion to dog, just, like, go to therapy.
Yeah.
I hate to be that internet person who's like, go to therapy, but, like, this is not therapy. Like, you obviously need to talk about this.
Yeah.
At many higher learning institutions, it is covered in your tuition to go to counseling services.
Yeah. No, and we did have, like, a student counselor, but, you know... Mm-hmm. What they don't, you know what good they do.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Arkin directed a production of the play of Little Murders, and it featured Fred Willard. What? I do not know in what part, but I want to see the 1969 off-Broadway production of Little Murders so bad. Who could he have been playing?
I'd want to cast him as Dupont. Like that.
I would also cast him as Dupont.
He'd make such a good Alfred.
That'd be such an against type Fred, because Fred Willard is always so, like, jovial and convivial.
Well, no, that's why I'd want to play. Like, when I was reading Alfred, I read him much more upbeat, where it's just like, Fred Willard, like, I take pictures of shit. It wins me awards. Like, that's what it'd be at the start, because they introduce him Guess Who's Coming to Dinner? Like, that's the opening scene of the play.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yeah. Wow. And that's where we find out about, like, the bit about, like, if you tell a guy you're staring at him and he call you a liar, that's like a mini monologue for Alfred. Just talking to the family.
Wow. That's interesting. I might want to read this play.
It's good. It's a good play. It's very funny. Like, when they introduce Alfred... His first, he doesn't speak for, like, a page, like, 2 pages. And his only stage directions are, like, Alfred smiles diffidently.
That's so funny. Yeah. That sounds interesting. I should track that down. Whenever Lin-Manuel revives the Dram bookshop. There's no way this is in print. There's no way this is
probably not.
That's what the local library is for.
Yep, got it at the St. Louis Public Library downtown.
Yeah, check out your local library, folks.
Oh, are we still including this?
Oh, yeah. We have not stopped recording.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. But I am reminded now of Robert Redford directed one of my favorite little movies, Quiz Show. I love Quiz Show. And he directed Ordinary People, of course. Mm-hmm. Of course. Quiz Show.
He plays a good... I'm a sucker for sensitive dads. I love
Mm-hmm.
I love dads who just wanna be there for their boys.
Quiz show also featuring Elizabeth Wilson from Little Murders, and that is what we call a closed loop, folks. So stop listening. I'm gonna end the episode now.
Oh, good! I thought it ended like 20 minutes ago.
I know, but we just kept chatting.
It's what they come for.
We were gabbing. This happens all the time where I close the show and then we just keep fucking yakking.
Oh, yeah.
X gon' give it to you. Fuck, wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you. Knock, knock, open up the door, it's real. With the non-stop pop out, I'm stainless steel. Go hard, getting busy with it. But I got such a good heart that I make a motherfucker wonder if you get it. Damn right, and I do it again. Cause I am life, so I got to win. Break bread with the enemy. No matter how many cats I break bread with, I break who you sending me. You motherfuckers never wanted nothing but your life saved. Bitch, and that's on a light day, I'm getting down.
Your stare was holding, ripped jeans, skin was showing.
Bitch, please, if the only thing you can't steal was came out to play, stay out my way, motherfucker. Gonna rock, do we gonna fall? Do we let it pop? Don't let it go. X gon' give it to you, he gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you, he gon' give it to you. Do we gonna rock? Do we gonna fall? Do we let it pop? Don't let it go. X gon' give it to you, he gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you.
So call me maybe.
Do we gonna rock? Do we gonna fall? Do we let it pop? Don't let it go. X gon' give it to you, he gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you, he gon' give it to you. Do we gonna rock? Do we gonna fall? Do we let it pop? Don't let it go. X gon' give it to you, he gon' give it to you. X gon' give it to you.
So call me maybe.
This has been a Talkback